Good afternoon, I'm Dan Hillstead and welcome to the Solent Sports Bulletin. Anfield will be rocking tonight as Liverpool host Roma in the first leg of the Champions League semi-final tie. Jurgen Klopp is likely to recall all of his big name players after making 5 changes against West Brom. It means Roberto Firmino, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Dejan Lovren, Andy Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold will all return. For Roma, ex-Manchester City stars Alexander Kolarov and Edin Dzeko are certain to return to the lineup, along with Alessandro Florenzi and Daniel De Rossi, all of whom were rested on Saturday. Reds captain Jordan Henderson can't wait for the game.
Huge moment, yeah, huge game, huge 2 games. But hopefully this is the start of something special with this squad. I feel as though the manager's been brilliant since he's come to the club, and we've improved every season and we've done so well this season to get to this stage. We've just got to keep going.
The Premier League season is coming to a close and Southampton find themselves in the thick of a relegation battle. Adam Holmes has more.
It's crunch time in the football season and Southampton are facing the possibility of relegation to the Championship. With 4 games remaining, Saints are 4 points from safety ahead of Saturday's home clash with Bournemouth. They then travel to Everton and face a 6-pointer with Swansea before returning to St Mary's on the final day, where they play champions Manchester City. And the feeling amongst Saints fans is that their side may already be consigned to the drop.
Do you think Southampton Football Club will be relegated or not at the end of the season, and why?
Because they've asked for it, selling off all their players.
I think they'll be relegated, to be honest. I just don't think they can't grind out a result from anywhere, so I don't see where 3 points are going to come from.
Yeah, they're going down. They're not performing. It's tough games as well, so I don't think they're going to survive this year.
There is also a massive game in the Championship tonight as Cardiff host Derby. A win for Cardiff would put them a win away from the Premier League return. Meanwhile, a win for Derby would put them back in the playoffs. Bluebirds manager Neil Warnock feels his side have overachieved this season.
I think it surprised the players as well. I told them that I felt we could get into the playoffs or close to the playoffs this year, and I don't think many of them sort of believed us at the time. But they've far outdone that, really. All credit to them. They just don't give up. They keep going.
In the non-league football, Havant and Waterlooville host East Thurrock United tomorrow night. With a game in hand on Dartford, the Hawks know a win by 3 or more goals would see them go top. Their final match of the season is on Saturday at home to Concord Rangers. Top scorer Jason Pryor believes the Hawks can win the National League South.
Yeah, I think so. There's no reason why not. We've done it for the rest of the season, so I think it's just trying to hold our nerve now. Give it everything we got. We've got nothing to lose. We weren't really fancied at the beginning of the season, so we've done ever so well to get where we are, so might as well just go for it now.
FC Portchester are preparing themselves for Saturday's League Cup final clash with First Division side Forley. The Royals will be hoping they can produce a repeat performance from the 2015 Cup final performance in which they beat Petersfield Town. Speaking after last night's defeat to Shaftesbury, manager Ian Saunders has stated that it's a huge occasion for his players.
Cup finals are what football clubs are all about, and when you're a player, you don't always get the opportunity to play in them. So we've got to make the most of it. We'll train on Thursday and prepare as best we can, and then give it what we've got on Saturday.
In the Formula 1, Mercedes are excited by the massive challenge of their title fight with Ferrari and Red Bull. Mercedes have failed to win any of their first 3 races this season, meaning Lewis Hamilton now trails Ferrari's Sebastian Vettel by 9 points. Mercedes boss Toto Wolff said that last year's battle was tough, but it is nothing compared to this year's. A challenge has merged for the winner of the David Haye and Tony Bellew fight on May the 5th. Joseph Parker, who lost to Anthony Joshua last month, claims he would welcome a fight against the victor. Although Parker is keen to return to British boxing, his promoter David Higgins concedes there is a 50-50 chance of his next fight being held in the UK. The universities of Solent and Bournemouth are set to do battle again. With varsity just 2 weeks away, excitement is beginning to build. Our reporter Adam White has a preview on what's to come this year.
The biggest sporting event of the university calendar is now less than a month away. Solent University will make the short trip down the south coast to Bournemouth University as varsity is staged for its 3rd consecutive year. The event will showcase the sporting talents of over 25 teams, with Solent Ladies Football, Solent Hockey and Solent Redhawks amongst its headliners. Team Solent Ladies will kick off their game at 5:30pm. The side's top goal scorer and skipper Georgie Lowe spoke to me recently this week of how she's looking forward to the event on Wednesday, the 9th of May.
Varsity is always a good day out, especially for Solent. They're a good sporting, competitive game against Bournemouth. Always a rivalry, but hopefully the sun will be out and we can have a good day.
For Solent University's American football team Solent Redhawks, Varsity produces a different kind of opportunity. Following a poor Bucks season, middle linebacker David Pepper believes it's a great opportunity to experiment with the squad.
We've got good depth in every position really. It's just, we had a lot of new players learning the game. That would also help the fact they've got more experience under their belt.
Whatever the result, it's sure to be another classic in this local derby.
In rugby, South Africa's record try scorer Brian Habana has announced he'll retire at the end of the season. The 34-year-old, who scored 67 tries in 124 tests, was part of the Springboks side that won the 2007 Rugby World Cup. Habana retires just 4 games short of Victor Matfield's appearance record. That's all for now. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Solent Sports News, and we'll be back again at 4 p.m.